On the 11th of November 2025 at 7:30 p.m, another clean energy milestone was set here in the UK. Wind generated 22.7 gigawatts of electricity, enough to power 22 million homes, beating a previous record of 22.5 gigawatts just 11 months earlier. Hello and welcome to Climate Conversations. I'm Clare Nasir. In this edition, we learn how Met Office weather data and technology are helping support Britain's clean energy transition. The UK is experiencing an energy revolution. 2024 marked a historic year. For the first time ever, renewable energy provided over half of Britain's electricity. Wind became our single largest source of power, accounting for 30%. Solar smashed records too, producing 14.8 terawatt hours despite our famously cloudy skies. As renewables continue to dominate supply, understanding weather and a changing climate has become increasingly important. To help us do that, the Met Office has joined forces with the UK National Energy System Operator, also known as NESO.
NESO is one of the newest public institutions. We have this duty to be the independent system planner, and we're also the electricity system operator. The mandate that NESO has to look across the whole energy system is almost unique in the world, to take not only electricity but every form of energy.
Across 4 seasons in a year, the UK experiences a vast number of weather conditions, from heat waves to storms, each rippling across the grid and helping shape energy demand. Future-proofing energy supply means planning ahead. Here's Andy Dobby, Head of Energy Security Modelling at NESO. His team is responsible for ensuring energy supply meets demand.
So when we think about the future energy system, it's really important that we plan well ahead of time. It's not easy or quick to deploy new energy infrastructure. So we have to look 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead to think about what the needs are.
Ensuring energy security for the next decade means modelling for every weather scenario, including what happens on cold, still, cloudy winter days when demand peaks and the wind drops. Planning for the 2030s and beyond means understanding how the influence of climate change may shift those weather patterns entirely. Continuity of supply is crucially important, particularly with the growing reliance on renewables. Changes in weather need to be carefully analysed, as in the case of wind energy, where too much wind can become a problem.
In storms, obviously, we can get some very high winds. And when we get these high winds, they can actually cause damage to the wind turbines. So what we see is that some wind turbines take themselves off, they shut down to protect themselves. Then when the wind speed is lower, they start themselves back up.
And that's where Met Office meteorology comes into play.
The partnership between NESO and Met Office is really important because weather is our new fuel. It will fuel our renewable energies, but also it brings challenges. The heat wave in July or the storm in January and the ripples that happens across the energy system need to be understood. And this partnership between the Met Office and NESO will allow us to look forward to the future and bring their expertise in modelling weather patterns that then allow us to address these challenges and build a more resilient energy system for the future.
The good news for UK energy is that as well as wind, solar has been quietly revolutionising supply. So far in 2025, we've already generated more solar electricity than in the whole of 2024, with July the 8th hitting a peak on 14 gigawatts. Playing a big part in this success has been individual users.
So solar's growing, we're seeing more and more solar deployed. There's more houses with solar panels on the roof. So clearly it's got an important part to play in the mix. But equally, the right frameworks and incentives have got to be there for them to do so. So in terms of being able to afford these things, for example, solar cells or a heat pump, for example, but they can make a difference. They can each contribute to the future direction of the energy system.
Figures for home battery storage show that between January 2024 and January 2025, over 22,000 home battery storage systems were installed across the UK, as more and more people move from simply generating solar energy to capturing it and using it at exactly the times they need. Britain occupies an exceptional position. Exposed to Atlantic winds, yet close to continental Europe, our weather systems present a valuable source of solar and wind energy. Transforming these elements into clean, zero-carbon power requires strong collaboration and insight.
The partnership between the Met Office and NESO will allow us to have this really strong evidence set as we talk to government, the regulator. The public need to trust in the integrity of the decision makers and that their decisions are underpinned by really credible data.